Welcome to UA Live. I'm Kylie.
And I'm Owen. Coming up in the show, we look at Columbus athletics, district updates, and events coming to Central Ohio.
On Tuesday, January 20th, a group of Upper Arlington students walked out to support a national protest against ICE.
Deegan and Mark spoke with the students who attended the walkout, including student organizer Rory Gagan.
This past week, students walked out of class to protest ICE in Columbus.
It was estimated to be over 100 students walking the track inside the MARF.
They began chanting while community members observed and honked.
Got to go! ICE has got to go! ICE has got to go!
Upper Arlington wasn't the only school to participate in this protest.
Dublin Scioto and Hilliard-Davidson also walked out of school during this week to show their disapproval.
You failed our students!
You failed our students!
You failed our families!
You failed our families!
And we will not stay quiet!
And we will not stay quiet!
We then got the chance to speak to organizer Rory Gagan, a junior at Upper Arlington.
All right, so what inspired to bring this to UA?
So I work at Starbucks over on Tremont, and they were telling me about their protest that they're having on the same day at 2 p.m. as well. And I was really inspired, and I wanted to bring that here. So I got in contact with the organizer of this nationwide protest, and they gave me all the information, and I just had to organize it for the school. So I was just passing out flyers and getting the word out.
All right, and last question, does this give you hope for more student-led activities at UA in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I got so many people to reach out to me just leading up to the protest, and I'm hoping to get a group together to work on future protests, no matter the opinion.
This has been Deegan Callahan
And Mark Cartledge,
reporting for the WARL.
For information on future student-run protests, follow UA Protests on Instagram.
Scheduling at Upper Arlington will be through PowerSchool and ClassLink.
Students made selections for next school year starting February 2nd and will wrap up on February 20th. The elective course fair was held on the GBB during 4th and 5th period last Friday, February 6th.
Upper Arlington High School has 20 math teachers, each specializing in at least one of over 15 course offerings.
One teacher loves Disney, Legos, and flip-flops. Mark and Ryan report.
Mr. Chandler is a student favorite math teacher at UAHS who mainly teaches upperclassmen. Mark and I got the opportunity to speak with Mr. Chandler and get to know him better.
Honestly, the main reason I ended up at Upper Arlington was just because I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, so I went to the high school Centerville, which is a very similar demographic to UA. And so when I was student teaching when I was at Ohio State and I had to do my student teaching, there was an open, I just got placed at Upper Arlington. Like that was where they put me. And there were actually 3 students from my cohort that were student teaching at UA. And I really enjoyed it. I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher when I was in college. I had started out in engineering. I'd always liked math and science. And then my last year at Ohio State, they needed math TAs, teaching assistants. So there was an ad in the newspaper. Back in the day, they had this thing called a newspaper, and you would open it up and read, and there were wanted ads, and they wanted math teachers. And so I applied my second to last year at Ohio State. So it was my junior year, end of junior year. They needed math TAs. I thought, well, I need a job next year, so I'll apply. So I applied, and I had to go through like a trial, because since I wasn't in the math department, they didn't know me. I had to do a tryout and teach a model lesson, and they had professors that were like my students and asking me questions, and it was a little nerve-wracking, especially because I was not in education. But I got the job, and then I ended up teaching my entire senior year at Ohio State, just being a math teaching assistant. So I would teach the recitation class 2 days a week.
We spoke to recurring student Edward Oakley about Mr. Chandler's impact among students.
All right, so I've had Mr. Chandler for 2 years, and I think he brings a unique learning experience into the classroom. I think that math isn't a subject that is always looked at as fun, and he just does a lot to kind of change that narrative. He's very creative, whether it's through his in-class lessons or his Halloween costumes. But I think he has a good representation of what it means to be a Golden Bear.
Next, we asked Mr. Chandler about his love for and inclusion of Disney in the classroom.
I've always loved Disney. I've always loved Walt Disney, just his creativity, and then I loved the parks a lot. I love the amount of research that goes into the parks, the details that most people never even notice. So that's kind of why I bring like hidden Mickeys into the classroom and put them on tests and do things like that, because I just think it's really fun. And so actually when I was took a year off from teaching, I was working as a Disney travel agent. That was one of the other things that I was kind of exploring. Was I love Disney. I love helping people plan trips to Disney. I love bringing my love of that to other people to kind of excite them about it. And so that year was also looking at, can I make this a viable profession if I don't want to teach anymore? And what I found there was I love Disney and I love helping people with Disney, but I don't know if I didn't love doing that as a job because sometimes the frustrations of that made me less excited about Disney. So it was like when I was helping people plan, because it was like for a job, it was different than when I would just help friends plan a trip or help, because it was like I didn't have to deal with some of the frustrations. So that was actually, but I still love going to the parks. I love talking about the parks and taking people to the parks with me. And so I think someday when I retire from teaching, I would love to be a Disney, not necessarily a travel agent where I'm planning people's trips, but actually work at the parks where I could then do tours. Like I would love to be a tour guide there and just, I guess, teach people about Disney at Disney.
This has been Mark Cartledge and Ryan Potts reporting from the WARL.
Mr. Chandler also will be working at Bricks and Minifigs over the summer off Goodale Avenue, so go check him out.
Now let's toss it to sports with Jasper and Luke.
What up, Bears? Welcome to sports.
Today we look at pro sports in Columbus, an in-depth look into former regional gymnasts and other UA winter sports.
Our winter sports are having great seasons, with boys basketball currently being 12-5 and 3rd in the OCC, girls basketball being 3rd in their conference, and hockey being 19th in the state. The Blue Jackets season is in full swing, and we took a look at how they've been playing so far this year.
The Blue Jackets currently stand at 63 standing points and sit 4th in the Metro, 2 points out of a playoff spot going into the Olympic break.
I took a look at the team and the experience of going to a game at Nationwide Arena.
Mr. Leo Wells.
Leo! Oh yeah, fire it.
The season scored by number 4, Cole Sillinger. It's on the power play.
Oh yeah, super.
Let's go, Jackets!
Thank you.
Dean, last night it was Isaac's line, tonight it's Charlie Coyle's line.
Charlie Coyle reflecting that in the postgame. So he and the Blue Jackets feeling very good coming off this one, 6-3.
The Blue Jackets play next February 26th versus Boston.
2 Blue Jacket players will be in the Olympics. Defenseman Zach Orensky for Team USA and goaltender Elvis Merzlinkins for Team Latvia.
Columbus also has strong representation in women's hockey. 5 current and 7 former Buckeyes are heading to Milan, with junior alternate captain Joy Dune joining Team USA. OSU also has 3 players for Team Sweden and 1 with Finland. With gymnastics in season, let's have a look at a former regional champion gymnast of 2021.
Sydney Brew is a 21-year-old retired regional champion gymnast and club-level ultimate frisbee player. She started at the age of 8 after she watched the Olympics and saw the gymnasts. I asked her what her first meet was like.
What is your earliest memory of gymnastics?
My earliest memory of gymnastics is my very first gymnastics meet. I started out late, so I was around 8 or 9 at my first meet. I remember having lots of fun with my teammates, but also failing completely at bars. I fell 3 times and got a rainbow ribbon, but I felt cool because I was the only one with the rainbow ribbon.
In her early years, she had a lot of fun meeting people and trying new skills. Her gymnastics career lasted 9 years, and she still has most of her abilities today. I asked her how gymnastics has affected her life.
I definitely wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't have the sport of gymnastics, so I think I owe the sport a lot. I think 2 of the biggest things are my kindness and my compassion. It is a very hard sport. It takes a big toll on people mentally. So being able to understand what it's like to go through something that difficult has allowed me to meet people where they're at and help them.
Over the course of her career, she faced many challenges. I asked her what was the hardest challenge she ever had to overcome.
Gymnastics, the hardest challenge, I think, probably was because I started gymnastics so late. I had that fear factor. You start out young in gymnastics because you haven't really developed a fear for anything yet. So starting late, I had a lot of fears trying new skills and especially on beam and bars.
She was very afraid at the beginning, but realized she had a talent for the sport and learned to love it.
Many athletes strive for perfection.
We will see this in the next few weeks as winter sports wrap up and spring sports begin.
Let's toss it to Annabelle and Lisa with community news.
Hi, I'm Annabelle.
And I'm Lisa.
On Tuesday, January 27th, there was a community meeting in the Bob Crane Community Center concerning Kingsdale 5 Points.
Concepts for improved safety and accessibility were presented, and residents were able to raise questions and give feedback.
Final decisions are planned to be set by the end of 2026 and construction is starting in 2028.
Further information can be found in the UA Insight January-February 2026 edition.
School administration is talking about plans to remodel or repair the middle schools. Owen reports.
The district is finally limited to 4 final options for a remodel at each middle school here in Upper Arlington. Let's go check them out.
Here at Jones, one of the biggest decisions is yet to be decided. The decision to keep this historic facade that's marked the entrance of this building for the last 100 years.
The choice to either recreate or keep the front facade has been a pressing decision for the big decision makers, but things might be more open than we originally thought. The historical aspect, how has the facade of the front of the building, how's that caused issues for the renovations?
Yeah, honestly, I think there's more openness to a conversation around maybe moving in another direction than I would have originally thought.
While decisions about the outside of the building are being made, let's look at a different issue, one involving some of the most important people in this process: the students. Where would the students be swinging to while the renovation's being done?
That's a great question. So, when I came here, I thought, okay, this makes a lot of sense. We'll build a new Hastings on the football field. We'll swing Jones students over, and we'll do whatever we're going to do with Jones. Then we surveyed the parents and staff, and everybody said, that's a terrible idea. Like, they don't want to do that. So if pretty much any of the renovation or rebuild options with Jones, we would do a modular school on the stadium as well. Students would be in there during construction.
Now, let's take a step back and talk about the reason for these possible changes at these middle schools.
Okay. It's not in a great state. I mean, it is pretty old, and I think a lot of the pipes are just kind of sketched, and then I think it's also just a lot of the building is just we've had problems with the fire alarms going off when they're not supposed to. So I mean, it's not awful, but it's not great either.
With only 4 options remaining and all of them being very similar, the decisions at Hastings are going much more smoothly.
Here at Hastings, things are a lot simpler.
Hastings probably a little easier than Jones. Hastings is down to a repair option, which essentially just kind of fix things and keep the building as it is, or a rebuild, which would one option being a new middle school where the football field, soccer field currently sits, and we'd keep students in the current Hastings and swing them over when the building's done. The other rebuild option is actually take the building down and building where it sits today. So if you think through that, students have to go somewhere. We'd actually put kind of a modular school on the football field during the construction.
This project is nothing less than a full city effort. Owen Hawley for the WARL.
The finishing choices for this project will be on the ballot this spring, and all information can be found on the UA Schools website.
During winter season, students tend to have more time to read again. We have many bookstores that locals know and love.
Cover to Cover is one of Upper Arlington's favorite children's bookstores. Every month, they offer a wide variety of author visits and other exciting events. Lillian Avery took a closer look.
Cover to Cover is a small, indie bookstore situated in the Jones Mallway. It's one of the oldest children's-only bookstores in the nation, celebrating its 45th year of continual business all throughout the year. After 5 years as the store's general manager, Brian Lohr became the owner in 2024.
Aside from being a known business in the Upper Arlington community, Cover to Cover also does a lot of work with other local charities and organizations.
We cover lots of different charities all across the city. One recently that we've supported is the Streetlight Guild over on the east side of Columbus. And we also support lots of schools, whether that's giving an educator discount to individual educators or discounts to whole schools or classrooms. So we've gifted over 10,000 books to the community since 2016.
With bookstores like Half Price Books and Storyline having recently opened in UA, many have been concerned about how this rise in competition would affect existing bookstores and small businesses like Cover to Cover.
More information can be found on covertocoverchildrenbooks.com.
Other than that, the Schottenstein Center is another place where students can spend time with friends and families.
The Schottenstein Center is the host for over 100 concerts a year. Andrew looks into the concert experience of the rock band coming later this month. Fair warning, this video is flashing lights. If sensitive, look away.
Industrial rock band 9 Inch Nails is playing at the Schottenstein Center in February, the first headlining show since 2008 in Columbus. Back in August of last year, I got to see them at Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Here's a rundown of that show and what to expect from their upcoming show.
The show begins on the second stage with Trent playing an acoustic version of Right Where It Belongs and Ruiner.
Are you sure what side of the glass you are on?
Atticus and Alessandro then join for Piggy.
All of my fears came true.
The full band then appears on the main stage and performs 6 songs on the unpeeled stage. With curtains draped across it, they have effects projected onto them. Trent and Atticus then go back to the second stage to join their opener Boys Noise for 3 remixes of 9 Inch Nails songs, including their hit Closer. Now back on the main stage, it's been peeled with no curtains. The final 7 songs are performed here with their biggest hits saved until now, including The Hand That Feeds, Head Like a Hole, and the show closer, Hurt. If any of that show interests you, they'll be here in Columbus February 20th at the Schottenstein Center.
You can buy tickets here at the box office near the Brutus entrance or online at Ticketmaster.
This has been Andrew Henry reporting for the WARL.
Alongside Nine Inch Nails, artists such as Andrea Bocelli, Treaty Oak Revival, and New Edition are coming to the Shot.
Let's kick it to Lily and James with the interview.
Welcome to Interview Bears. This week we're joined by Mr. Joe and Mrs. Megan Bills.
The married couple is both language arts teachers at the high school and in the middle of their busy seasons. Mr. Bills is coaching the boys basketball team while Mrs. Bills is directing the theater program.
Mrs. Bills, Upper Arlington High School is known for its impressive theater program. How has your first year leading it been?
It's been great. It's been a huge privilege to be a part of it this season. Definitely, it's an amazing program, and we have so much talent, both in the existing faculty, and all the kids have been just amazing. The parent volunteers and the kids who are working on the crew are putting in so much time as well. So I've just been feeling really lucky and excited to be a part of it and to get a taste of it, and I'm just enjoying it so much. So yeah.
Mr. Bills, senior captain Hayden Henry is a main contributor to the squad. How's the team responding to his absence?
Well, we're lucky that we have such a deep team this year, and it's hard to replace a guy like Hayden, but we've had some other guys step up. Charlie Freiberger has stepped up, Nate Nichols has stepped up, and Will Graves, of course, Luciano Harrigan, some guys that had been coming off the bench, and we're lucky that we had been playing a lot of guys throughout the season. So if a player goes down, it was hopefully going to be an easy transition, and like I said, it's hard to replace a guy like Hayden, but our guys are stepping up and doing a nice job.
Mrs. Bills, what was the thing that got you into theater?
Oh gosh, I was always sort of into theater. When I was really young, I was into dance, and this is embarrassing, but I wanted to be Gloria Estefan, so I would sing and dance like as a young child, and sort of always knew I kind of wanted to go into the performing arts, and then did smaller stuff in school through elementary, and then in high school, that's when it was really solidified for me, just doing the plays and the musicals at my own high school. And so then I went on to major in theater and English at Ohio State, and then worked in theater for a while in DC before coming back to Columbus and pursuing education. So I don't know if there was like one specific moment. It was just sort of a build and a lot of good experiences along the way. Yeah.
Mr. Bills, what are your expectations heading into the state tournament?
Well, we have quite a few games before the tournament starts, but our expectation is that we continue to improve every day. It's been a special season. We've done really well this year. We had a few games get away from us that we'd like to have back, but we've also won quite a few close games as well. Our team has shown that through playing true team basketball, we can be persistent. And when we get into the tournament, if we face a close game, we've been there before, and we know that we have the confidence to win those close ones. So it'll be fun when we get to the tournament, but we got to close out the regular season first.
One last question for both of you. How do you two manage coaching and directing at the same time, especially with young children at home?
We don't. A lot of help from our moms and our parents have helped out a lot. The kids are around a lot. They've been coming after school, and so they're getting a big taste of both basketball and sometimes they kind of pop into the musical. So it's been really nice. I guess it's helped me feel better about the hours, knowing that they're kind of down the hall or next door in the gym with dad when I'm in rehearsal, and can kind of pop in and see them, or they're getting to know some of the kids and the other teachers I'm working with, and they know their names, and so it's cute to sort of have them be a part of the experience, which has helped a lot. But it is crazy. They are very tired.
Yes, they are here a lot. I know a lot of the kids have seen our children coming through the hallways, especially our basketball team. I'm really happy our players have been great about my kids being in the gym almost every day now, and they're here a lot, so I give them a lot of credit too. Our kids are 4 years old and 6 years old, and they've done a really nice job. But as far as how we make it through, it's day by day, sometimes hour by hour, just trying to get through to the next part of the day, next day of the week, the next part of the season. But coming down the stretch now.
Is there anything else either of you two want to add before we kick it back to Min?
I would just say come see the Adams Family, February 19th through the 22nd.
And yeah, we only have one home game left unless we earn a home game in the tournament. We've got a home game. It'll be senior night, and that's in a couple weeks from now. But looking for a strong finish, and thanks for all the support this year.
Yeah, and thank you for having us.
That's it for interview. Let's kick it back to Maine Bears.
The Bills are constantly working with students to help them thrive both in and outside of the classroom.
Tickets for the Adams Family can be purchased at uavocalmusic.org. All students get a $10 discount using code STUDENT2026. The boys' basketball schedule can be found at upperarlingtonbasketball.com. Tickets can be purchased at entry.
Looking for something to do this winter? Take your friends to go indoor go-karting. Lisa recently tried it out for herself at Buckeye Raceway.
While you guys are racing, you may see one of these two flags being flown at you. Just go the other one and just pass the flag because there's somebody behind us that's faster than you. Definitely you guys move to the right, let them pass to the left.
I think the thing that I enjoy most is partially the unpredictability of it. There's definitely, in other sports, definitely like a lot of powerhouse teams. But in racing, there's always a lot of variability in terms of strategy or weather conditions that can change up the outcome of the race. And I think something that's different about it as opposed to other sports that I really enjoy is the technical aspect. So it's not just a show of athletic performance, but it's also a show of technical expertise that really highlights a lot more of the people working in the background as opposed to just what you're seeing on screen.
It was pretty scary, and I was going really slow, and I got passed a lot, but it was a lot of fun.
Box.
I liked it a lot because I love racing, and it was a lot of fun. I passed some people, and I got second.
Here in Columbus, you can visit Buckeye Raceway as well as K1 Speed.
That's it for this edition of UA Live. Stay warm and thanks for tuning in.